actually Tuesday. It's not Monday. I actually did start this reading vlog yesterday, and I had this kind of get ready with me clip going on, but I was an emotional mess yesterday because I listened to Taylor Swift's album, her new one, Folklore, which wasn't my intention. It's a long story behind that. I don't even know if I want to get into the story of why I ended up listening to that, but it's not a bad story. It just would be too long. But anyway, I ended up was like, okay, let's just do this because everybody's talking about it, and I'm not a Taylor Swift stan or anything like that. She does have some good music, but I'm not like a diehard, oh my gosh, I need to be listening to Taylor Swift right now. I'm not a Swiftie. So the first song is The One, and that song tore me up, and I just was an emotional wreck filming that first clip because I was talking about a situation that I've been in for a while, and a friend of mine that I have had feelings for off and on for like 12 years, and it's just not something that's ever gonna happen. So it made me feel kind of emotional. The song kind of punched me because the lyrics literally are my life. The lyrics are my life. So I just went through this emotional thing, and I think I was trying to explain it on camera about why the song was so important to me and why it affected me so greatly, and how this dynamic even happened between me and this other individual, and how I wish things were different. But it was like, oh, I had like a breakdown on camera, and I was like, I'm not putting that on the internet for the world to see. And I told this person about the song yesterday, and they were like, oh, I feel bad, I don't ever watch your videos. And I'm like, yeah, see, no, I'm not putting that clip on the internet for him to see that. So here we are on Tuesday. We're gonna try this again. So this is the last week of July, and I have so much that I need to get done by July 31st because August is going to be a crazy month for me. A lot of my perks and stuff for Patreon kick in on starting August 1st. So I have some stuff that I need to figure out strategically. I have some content that I am pushing out that is not just content of my ideas, but stuff that I'm doing for publishers in the month of August. So that changes my video schedule a little bit. Not that I won't be uploading on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but that there's going to be some content on there that I have partnered with a tour group and the publishing companies in order to help get the word out about these two books. And you guys have seen it in two other vlogs. You see one, I think one was in a vlog 2 weeks ago, and the other one is going to be in the vlog that is going up sometime this week. So it's not that you all haven't seen it before, but there's going to be 2 dedicated videos that I have to do outside of my regular content. So got some things to think about. I have 3 books right now that I am really pushing, well, 4 that I'm pushing to finish. The first one is This Is My America by Kim Johnson. That one just came out today. I've been listening to that one as an advanced listening copy. I really want to finish that one today so I can get my review up because it's so good. Kim Johnson did such a wonderful job with that one, and I can't wait to review it. So that's one that I need to get up. I started Midnight Robber by Nalo Hopkinson. This book is crazy already. I am literally 30 pages, and my bookmark was where I wanted to stop last night. I am literally like 30 pages in, and I always like to show y'all this stuff because I think it gives you kind of a good idea of how I'm feeling about the book. So this one already has a lot of annotations just to be 30 pages. It is a science fiction book, and it's about this family, and it centers around this girl by the name of Tantan, and that's where I'm at right now. It has an emphasis on Carnival and her wanting to be the midnight robber, which is a significant part of Carnival. But this place that they live is this Caribbean colonized planet, so it's not even Earth anymore. but it has some characteristics of Earth, but there's technology involved, like AI technology. And this is so crazy. Like in the first 2 pages, it's not a spoiler, you find out that her mom has been cheating on her dad, and then it just goes downhill from there. So this is good. I'm enjoying it, and it's 30 pages, but I have to have this finished, I think, by this weekend, because this was a buddy read that we started doing with the Quarantine Pages group. We just all randomly decided that we wanted to read Midnight Robber together because of the interview that Jerry did with Nala Hopkinson. So I'm loving this. I'm doing a lot of research again. I keep getting these books where I like end up doing a lot of like research, learning a lot about some historical stuff that I wasn't necessarily aware of. So I'm reading this one, and then of course reading The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandra Dumas, and we are having a Zoom call. I think I'm going to schedule it for Sunday at 4 o'clock. I think I need to get that scheduled by tomorrow at least. If I don't get it scheduled today, it needs to be out by tomorrow. And we are going to be discussing just for half an hour the first 200 pages of The Count of Monte Cristo, which I'm super excited about. It is a very interesting classic that it's accessible. I feel like it's a lot more accessible than what people think it is. It's a really interesting read. I also did not finish this last week, and I want to finish it this week, and it's Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. I'm 614 pages in, so I have about 100 pages left. I'm still listening to it on audio in preparation to read Midnight Sun, which I'm going to listen to that one on audio to prepare for the live show that will be happening on Bethany's channel. So our last live show was a lot of fun. I can only imagine what the Midnight Sun live show is going to be like. So I actually am going to do a quick check-in to see where I'm at in terms of these readathons that I've been doing. So you guys know this month I have been participating in the pop culture readathon and the F-a-thon, and I have been doing horrible at both. But what I thought was that if I just took the books that I already read this month and apply it to both, I probably will end up completing a bingo for both of the readathons. I didn't stick to my original plan TBR, but I think I can get a bingo. So we are going to do a quick check-in to see if that is true. Okay, so the first one that we're going to be looking at is going to be the Pop Culture-a-thon, or the Pop Culture Readathon board, and I signed up for the Family Affair, so we're going to go through and see what I have completed so far. Okay, so I did complete Matilda because I read a middle grade book. I read quite a few of those. I think I could use, I don't know, maybe Out of My Mind for that one. I haven't done Found Family Trope. Read a standalone. Okay, yeah, I could use Mother of the Sea by Zeta Elliott for that one. Read a book that's food related. No food. Parent Trap. Read a book written by more than one author. Haven't done that. Read a sci-fi book. Haven't done that yet. I don't believe any of my books. None of my books have been sci-fi, but I am reading a sci-fi short story on KU, and then also I'm reading Midnight Robber, so that may fulfill the Space Jam prompt. Okay. Jumanji, I'm gonna say Bayou Magic for that one because that takes place at the Bayou, which is wilderness. Now and Then, read a book with multiple timelines or POVs. I'm going to use Eclipse for that one because it was told, not Eclipse. Was Eclipse? Did Eclipse have any? Okay, so I just scratched that one off, but Breaking Dawn is going to fulfill that prompt, even though it's not technically done yet. Okay, The Little Rascals. Read a book that's 200 pages or less. Okay, I read Love Overboard last week, so that was 200 pages or less. Read a tearjerker. I don't know if I have any ones for that. Read a book with a dark cover. Okay, I technically can use Eclipse for that one too. The Mighty Ducks, read a book with a competition. Haven't done that yet. Haven't read a domestic thriller. Read a book with a character that has a special gift. I did complete that one already because I read BB Free, the first 3 issues. Oh yeah, read a book involving sports, You're Killing Me Smalls. I completed that one because I read Avant-Gardes. And then the Billboard Dad, I read The Right Swipe by Alicia Rye. So I have gotten a bingo for Pop Culture Readathon, which is so good. I think that I may be able to get another bingo with where the Space Jam one is. I'll probably be able to get another bingo there. So we shall see how this all pans out. And then the next one that we're going to be looking at is the F-a-thon. And the whole purpose of the F-a-thon is to get an F. Okay, so I did do the F ableism, which was Out of My Mind. I did F gentrification because I read, what did I read? I read Pride. That's what I ended up reading. F theological fundamentalism. I read Amal Unbound. F slut shaming. I think I can count that one for Love Overboard, because the main character in that one was very unapologetic about saying that she wanted a one-night stand and she just wanted to have sex. So yes, F with yourself I did do. I caught that on film in that 2-hour vlog. Okay, so I have one more prompt that I can complete to get an F, and that is F white supremacy. So if I finish the book This Is My America, that would be F white supremacy, and I have gotten an F for F-a-thon. So I have done okay, y'all. Even though I thought that I did not do well in this whole thing, I have completed the readathons. I never complete readathons. I am gonna complete 2 readathons. I didn't stick to my TBR at all, but I completed 2 readathons. We're gonna speak into existence. I've completed 2 readathons. So I'm gonna go because I'm about to go pick up baby girl, and this intro clip has been almost 14 minutes. That is crazy. So I'm gonna go pick up baby girl, and then I will update you guys later. Bye. Hey y'all, so I really just did a whole premiere of last week's reading vlog, and I didn't even get any footage of it. That's crazy. That's really crazy. So if you make it this far in the vlog, let me know in the comments if you would like to start seeing the weekly vlogs be done as a premiere, because from what I was getting from everybody that was present at the premiere, that was watching, was that it was fun because it gives me kind of an intimate moment with y'all to kind of chat about the stuff in the vlog, and it's kind of like we're kind of watching as I go through the week together, which I had a lot of fun talking to everybody. I don't get to talk to everybody as much as I want to in the comments because it ends up being more comments than what I'm able to handle. But when it's in the premiere and it's in that chat, it was a little bit easier for me to be able to engage with y'all in real time as opposed to going back and having to answer comments. So if that's something that we would like to do, we can do that. I also may put this as a poll question in the community board and see how people are feeling about it. It just means that if I was to do the premieres, I essentially would just have to change up my editing process a little bit, which is not a big deal. I think I'm gonna be working from home for the rest of the year. Not all the time, but for the most part, like, I don't think I'm going back physically full-time for the rest of the year. So I can pretty much keep that. I can change that up, have a little bit of flexibility, which is cool. But reading update, I have finished 2 books so far today, which is really good. That means I'm off to a good track. The only thing that I did not do that I was supposed to do today was film a video for Friday, which is supposed to be my August TBR, and I haven't done that yet because I haven't gotten my August TBR together. So what I may do first thing tomorrow is go ahead and film and go ahead and render the footage and edit it. I don't like working in a 24-hour window because it becomes very, very pressure filled. But I'm hoping that if I get it done early enough, like if tonight I set aside time to write out everything that I plan on reading in August with the buddy reads and the arcs and one readathon that I think I'm going to loosely participate in. So if I do that, then I think it won't be too bad for me to get everything done tomorrow. But I was productive today. I got a lot of stuff done for work. I finished Breaking Dawn and This Is My America. This Is My America is going to be so fun to talk about in my July wrap-up because it is such a pivotal novel, and I'm praying that people don't try to compare it to Dear Martin or The Hate You Give, because it's nothing like that, even though I believe it's blurred by Nick Stone. I think those two books capture police brutality, whereas this book actually focuses on the whole conversation surrounding mass incarceration, but not even from the perspective of the individuals that have been incarcerated. It's from the perspective of the families of those that have been incarcerated. And it is such a deep dive and a look into how mass incarceration also affects other people, just not that one person. It tears families apart. I think Kim Johnson does a great job relating that back to slavery. We're torn apart from the very beginning, and that becomes cyclical. So I absolutely loved it. Easily one of my favorites now for the year. I gave it 5 stars. I haven't written my review yet on Goodreads. And then I finished Breaking Dawn. So Breaking Dawn was I think it was almost 24 hours, maybe a little less than that, maybe like 21. But it was a shit show of a book. I did not like it at all. I think that this one I probably will give 1.5 stars, and that's just because there was this potential for some good action, but she didn't follow up with it. It just became so dramatic and overbearing, and it was like she was grasping at straws to hit this climax that just never really hit a climax for me. I don't know. It's a very strange book, but I do know now that I have finished, it's about time for me to also film my review of the series. So I may go ahead and just write that stuff out that I want to talk about in regards to all 4 books. That way I can edit that and get that up, because I know a lot of people are excited to see me talk about that series, and it's not going to be a good review at all. Clearly, if you follow me on Goodreads or Twitter, or you've been watching these vlogs, or you've watched any of the live shows, I just can't get down with the get down. I don't like any of them. Breaking Dawn to me just, I guess, you know what? I don't understand the purpose of Breaking Dawn, other than to prove that Bella got what she wanted. She turns into a vampire. She ends up with a child that technically Bella never wanted. I think people forget that Bella never wanted a child. Edward kept saying that he wanted Bella to not give up her life and not be so consumed with the possibility of becoming a vampire, because she wasn't going to have a child, because if she was frozen in time, then she'd end up like Rosalie. I appreciated that commentary because I think it was almost speaking to a woman's right to choose if she wants to have kids or not. But then she screws it up. She screws it all up. she screws it up because then it becomes this narrative of forcing Bella to have a child that she doesn't want to have. When Bella becomes a vampire, when she wakes up, her first thought is not her child, but Edward. And I'm telling you, as a mother, that's very strange that after you go through such a experience like having a child, your first thought is not your partner. Your first thought is your child. Nobody else matters at that point. So the fact that when she first came to, she was like, yeah, I don't want Edward to know how much pain I went through. And I'm like, is this supposed to be like an allegory for childbearing and how we're supposed to just stick it out? And we don't really talk about how painful the experience or how traumatic the experience could be, and we just don't deal with our trauma. It was just weird. She's very anti-choice. You can tell from the narratives of the book that she's very, very anti-choice. And she takes a lot of her personal beliefs and pushes them into the context of this novel. And it's very apparent, and it's not good. It's not good at all. But I'm going to stop rambling about that, because if I keep rambling, I'm going to spoil what I plan on talking about in my review. But for my review, I've got to come with receipts. So I may need to flip through some stuff and figure some stuff out. But other than that, I started listening randomly to Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, because I had already started it, but I just never finished it because I was so focused on so many other things, and I just wanted another audiobook to listen to. And I think there are like 5 people on hold from the audiobook. So basically I wanted to get it done as soon as possible. You know, I really do hate I hate driving in the rain next to trucks. I never told y'all this before, but I have a fear of 18-wheelers because I was T-boned by an 18-wheeler 6 years ago. Like, car completely totaled, and I walked away with just bruises, which was a blessing because the car was wrapped around me like a cocoon. It T-boned me, and then it T-boned me on the passenger side, and then I spun around and hit a school bus. So I already don't like driving next to 18-wheelers, but I especially don't like driving next to 18-wheelers when it's raining outside. I feel like that just adds an element of yuck that I don't like. So I'm going to continue to listen to Home Before Dark. I'm on my way to pick up baby girl, and then we're going to be headed home to kind of chillax. I just got some book mail. As I was leaving, the mail person knocked on the door, and I went ahead and thank goodness, like, they knocked on the door and just left it at the door. So I do have some mail to open up when I do get home, but I will check in later. So I thought this actually looked really, really good. This is our afternoon snack. You could tell which ones are mine, which one belong to baby. So it's apple. I think these are Honeycrust apples, and then red plum. And I'm trying to get back on my fruit kick because when I was pregnant with her, especially during the first trimester, I was nauseous all the time. I didn't want hot food. I didn't want things like, there was a lot of stuff like I just didn't want, but I always was down to eat a lot of fruit. So I'm trying to get myself back into that, trying to introduce a little bit more solids to her, because all she eats right now are Cheerios, and she's got to eat something else besides Cheerios. I mean, she'll eat off my plate, like if I have like eggs that I've cooked in the morning, I put some eggs aside for her and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're gonna try and see if she likes it. No, those are mommy's. The smaller ones are yours. You can have this one. Or you already grabbed one. Yeah, the small ones are yours, boo. And take it slow. Don't stuff your face. Yo, I just filmed my August TBR. It's ridiculous. Holy crap, it's ridiculous. So, what I plan on doing now is I am going to actually make myself something to eat, and I probably should say that it is Thursday. This morning has been crazy. I haven't had any meetings today for work, so I've been doing okay in terms of that. I do have some book mail, so I think I should go get my book mail so I can go ahead and open it for y'all, and then also do a small reading update. So give me 1 second. Okay, so let's do the reading update first. I am still not through my section of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandra Dumas. I need to get through my section by Sunday at least. I may not finish it by tomorrow, but we need to get through it by Sunday. And it's good. It's just, it's a slow read. So I'm only 40 pages into this. I am still reading Midnight Robber. I'm still at the same place I was before, which is about 30 pages. So that's fun. I did end up finishing, I think I talked about this yesterday, that I did end up finishing 2 books, which was This Is My America. I also finished Breaking Dawn. I put both of those reviews up on Goodreads, and I've been having a very, very hard time figuring out what audiobook I want to listen to, but I did end up going with Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I am 22% into this one, and it is a haunted house tale. Her father wrote a book, the main character. Her father wrote a book about this house, and she doesn't believe anything about the house, so she goes back to the house, even though her mother and her father both have pretty much told her stay away from the house. She still goes back. So she still goes back, and the house has some creepy things about it. I think it's going to be good. I need to finish that within the next couple of days because I have like 5 people behind me, and it's due in 6 days. And I just got distracted because I just got 2 new audiobooks just that quick. So I just got Unconquerable Sun by Kate Elliott off of the recommendation of Bethany over at Beautifully Bookish Bethany, and then The Secret Women by Sheila Williams, which I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. I also got a copy of Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey, and then One to Watch, which I need to go and watch Bethany's rant review of it because she said this was not the fat rep that she was looking for, and it's probably not going to be the fat rep that I'm looking for either, so great. And then I still need to listen to Twisted, which is about the history of Black women in their hair, or Black hair culture. I still need to read Surrender White People by D.L. Hughley. It's going to be freaking hilarious because it's D.L. Hughley. I need to finish The Year of the Witching, which just came out, and nobody had it on hold. And then as soon as I check it out, all of a sudden all these people want to read it now, which is aggravating. And then also Outsmarting the Sociopath Next Door, because I think I've dated a sociopath, and I want to listen to that to figure out whether I'm right or wrong. I also need to finish Riot Baby by Tochi Onyebuchi. It's a short novella, but before I do any of that, I need to focus on these 2. So after I get off of this, I'm going to be making some lunch, and then for the next couple of hours, like literally the next couple of hours, I'm just going to be reading. So I got 2 packages. I didn't order any of this, so I don't know who they're from. Oh, cool. This is such a floppy paperback, but there's no note. Is there no note? Man, when y'all send me stuff and there's no note, I always feel like, dang, I can't thank you properly. But someone got me a copy of Who Fears Death by Nnedi Okorafor, which is so great because I think the only thing that I've read by Nnedi Okorafor has been Binti, but I do have both. I caught a witch and I caught a warrior. I don't know where. Oh, right here. I have both of those. But I really wanted to read something else by her because she's just prolific and she's a hoot on Twitter. So thank you to whoever got me that. I wish I could, if you watch this, please let me know. And Erica, we were just emailing about this. I gotta send you an email and let you know that it did come, because I know we were talking about this. Okay, so Erica emailed me because there was some interesting things going on with this package. Like, I have USPS informed delivery. And so a lot of times I can see, not always, especially if it comes from Amazon, I can usually see what's coming in. I don't know what it is. I just know that something is arriving. But this was said that it was at the post office, but it wasn't really at the post office. It went out for delivery at like 7 in the morning, but then they didn't attempt to try to deliver it for 12 hours later. And I'm being very patient with our postal service right now because, listen, when you have somebody who's trying to literally get rid of the postal service, that's going to impact so many people, not just people receiving mail, but people as far as like people of color specifically that are like super heavily employed by the US Postal Service. You gotta be patient. I was not surprised that this was going on. I know that they have a lot to deal with right now, but we were trying to figure out what was going on and how we should handle the situation, whether, you know, we should contact the Postal Service, whether it should be something that we talk to Amazon about, because another note that was on this whole thing was that the customer requested that it be held at the post office, which Erica didn't do and I didn't do. So we were just trying to figure out this whole situation, but I gotta let Erica know that it did end up coming, and she got me My Life as an Ice Cream Sandwich by Evie Zaboy, which is so cool because I just finished Pride. I read her other book, American Street, and this is the only book by her that I have not read that I think she's published. I could be very, very wrong about that. She could have independently published stuff, but I know as far as like the big publishing houses, this is the only one that I have not read yet. And I know that this is about a young girl by the name of Ebony who ends up going to Harlem from Alabama in the 80s, and she's really obsessed with space. So there are people who really, really enjoy this and people who didn't enjoy this. I think that this is such a cute and unique novel because it has like graphic novel inserts in it. So I'm looking forward to this one so much. Thank you, Erica. And then Erica also sent Baby Girl 2 books, which is I Love You Stinky Face and 10 Trick or Treaters. Erica, she's going to enjoy this one a lot because I call her Stinky and Stink, and she answers to it. Like if I say stink, like she'll answer it to it. So I know she's really going to enjoy this. And I'm glad that you got this one because we actually just started working on counting. I know people are like, oh, but she's not even 1. I don't care. You know, she's at this stage where she's mimicking, she's absorbing everything like a sponge. So we did start counting. We're counting to 10 when we do our story times. So 10 trick or treat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Erica, you're great. I really, really appreciate it. This is so cool. So cool. All right, so this is the haul. And that is it, my friends. That is going to be it. We are going to spend some time now reading. I have been doing some long updates. Oh, well. I think it's cool. But I'll be back with another check-in soon. So, I didn't stay up till 3. I went to sleep and it's 3. And Black is King is on. It's pretty.
I'm probably not gonna watch a lot of it. I'm probably just gonna watch a few minutes of it, and then I'm going back to sleep. So this is a first. I usually don't show anybody this, but this is our little morning routine. I brush my teeth. She chews on her toothbrush in an attempt to pretend like she's brushing her own teeth. Not really brushing her teeth. I brush her teeth before she does it. But yeah. So I did get up at 3:30 this morning. She's trying to spit. I did get up at 3:30 this morning to watch Black is King. I didn't make it through all of it. I'll finish it later. I don't have any reading updates because I haven't read anything. I was supposed to read last night. Didn't read because I have a video going up today. So I was editing that last night. But we're going to finish getting dressed and head to school. But we'll check in later. Come on. You walk over. Say hey. The last time we checked in was this morning when we were brushing our teeth. Today has been a crazy day. I typically do not address stuff that happens on social media over here on this channel just because I just don't, but there were some things that were going on that I just did not vibe with, as far as people accepting apologies that were not meant for them. That really irks my nerves. And there were people who were completely just disregarding Juneteenth, and it didn't feel like a comfortable environment for me today. So I took a step back from Twitter because I felt like my mental health was at risk. And like I said over there, I can't afford for my mental health to be at risk because as you guys know, I have a little one to take care of. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I got a package. Ha. And this is one I'm so excited for because it's my most anticipated release of the year. And oh my god, I'm so excited. I've already read it. But I'm so happy to have a physical copy. So HarperCollins sent me a copy of Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, which I have already read, and they sent me these. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh, these are so I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to just talk about this book more. I devoured this book. It was so good. It was my first Tiffany D. Jackson book, and I think I have to do a post for this on the 3rd of August. But
I'm so excited. I have a full review of this book, non-spoiler review, so I'll be sure to link that in the card symbol. As a result of today, I got absolutely nothing read. Nothing. I listened to probably like all of 20 minutes of Home Before Dark. Other than that, nothing else. So, and I'm tired because I was up at 3:30 watching Black is King, which you all need to watch. It was genius. And we're about to watch it again. Yeah, we're about to watch it again because the musical genius behind it was just, yes, boo, it was just powerful. So I think that's going to be it for today, really. I have a live tomorrow. My 15K live is tomorrow. I made sure I got wine for the 15K live. It's going to be a turn-up session. I'm excited. I hope we have so much fun while we're there. Hopefully I will get some more reading done. I need to read some more Monte Cristo. We're having our discussion questions tomorrow. I put my June TBR up. Not June. Holy crap. My August TBR is up live. So we're just gonna hang out. We'll talk to you guys later. For my final clip. I really honestly did not read anything this week, come to think of it. I mean, I read my part for the Count of Monte Cristo, and we started talking about it in the Discord group. I read a little bit of Midnight Robber. I never did finish it. I did finish Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I was like, oh, I'm not really liking this. This is just going in a direction that I thought was similar to, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the series before, but Heather Graham writes the series called the Crew of Hunter series, and I thought that that's where Riley Sager was going with that book. I was wrong. I was so wrong. It was so good. I actually really ended up enjoying it. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars because the pacing, it just was super slow in the beginning, and then everything just kind of took off in the end. So yeah. I've been kind of in like a funk. I don't even call it a reading slump, but I have been in a mood, so I haven't really been reading. I've been working a lot, so that has kind of pushed back on some stuff. We just had a good week though. I mean, it was a productive week. I just think I'm just a little exhausted. And I had my first solo live on my channel on Saturday, which I didn't take any footage of or say anything about because I didn't vlog at all on Saturday, but it went really well, and I appreciate everybody that showed up and showed out. It was so much fun. We talked for over 2 hours, and I think that I want to start doing more lives, maybe like once a month on my channel. It's not something I'm going to do like every week, I think once a month, because it is, I didn't realize that lives like are taxing. So yeah, I think that is it, y'all. I am so surprised at how much like I didn't read this week, but then I'm not surprised because I've had so much other stuff going on. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button. If you're looking for ways to support my channel or follow me on social media, all those links will be down in the description box below, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye, y'all.